All right, and here we are. Let's say hello and welcome to the Sketchy stream, which is somehow showing itself. That's amusing. Hold on one second. Let's add that. There we are. Perfect. Hello and welcome to the Sketchy stream. Today we're doing original ideas, which is ironic because I stole this entire concept from a stream someone else was doing. Sorry, Mr. Hinkle. If you're new here, the rules are simple. You tell me to draw something, and I will bumble my way through the best I can. I don't use reference, so it's gonna get weird. Today, I only want to draw original ideas. So let's get a little creative with the suggestions. What's original? Let's say anything you can find less than 10 results for if you Google it. I'm thinking beekeeper riding a giant bee, moose having tea, or a frazzled robot in a club for glee. Thank you. Thank you. If you don't know me, my name is Raymond Griffith. I worked as a full-time caricature artist for almost 15 years, which is pretty hard to believe, even for me. With the world closed for the last year, I decided to take my art to the people, where they are, on their couches. If you haven't heard by now, we're drawing the campaign for Astounding Tales, my first independently produced comic, to a close. It officially ends Monday at 10 p.m., but we're treating today as the big finale, and tomorrow will be our little epilogue. This campaign has been a blowout, and we want to end with the biggest splash we can, so if you haven't already backed, consider visiting below and getting yourself a limited first edition copy of issue 1. We will reprint the comic, but it'll never be exactly the same as this edition, so you'll have a true collectible. Also, if you back, consider checking out some of the latest stretch goal rewards we've unlocked, including a stylish soft style t-shirt, a new metallic pin, and more. Link below. And deep breath. We also have a comic giveaway to celebrate, and this time it's a physical book. I'm giving away 3 graphic novels with hundreds of pages of gorgeous art featuring the likes of Mrs. Marvel, or Miss Marvel, excuse me, she's not married yet, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, and Spider-Gwen, aka Ghost Spider from the Spider-Verse film. Link is in the comments below, and we're going to be picking our winner live at the end of the stream. So now is officially your last chance to get it. And as you've heard, to help me celebrate, I've asked my buddy, creator and writer of Astounding Tales, Jake Cohen, to rejoin us.
Hello.
Hello and welcome.
Thank you.
Sorry, I had the worst case of dry mouth right as soon as we got started. I'm like, oh god, here we go. I gotta do it.
That was impressive. That was a lot of copy right there.
Oh yeah.
If this whole comic thing doesn't work out, you might have a job as on the radio or like a newscaster or something.
Oh,
so read whatever you put on that screen, folks.
Don't put that bad juju on me, please. Anyway, I'm gonna switch us over to the screen here so y'all can see what I've been working on. This was the original concept you gave me. Do you want to explain it a little bit?
Yes. So, as people may already be aware of, there is an environmental issue where the bees are going away, and obviously bees pollinate the flowers, a big part of our ecosystem. And my nonsensical comic book explanation for the bees going away are bees are part of an intergalactic banking conglomerate. And unfortunately, because humans are polluting the Earth, they now see Earth as a bad investment and are now departing the planet. So that is a tiny bee banker with his little tiny bee suit and his little tiny briefcase.
Yes, and these are crossed arms in the front, not a bow tie. Sorry, that's not clear. Oh, I didn't give him a stinger. Oh, that's what's wrong. Oh, well. Okay, we'll move on. And then I want to say a very brief hello to everyone who has joined us. Hello, Family Bricks, Matt, Juan, it's great to have you. Lennon, we love having you here. Anna, Elena, of course. Kobach, that's my brother. EJ's here. EJ, please let me know if I can tell people why you are the coolest human being on the earth. Mutant is here. It's great to have you. And then I think that's everyone. And we've got some great suggestions in here as well. Are any jumping out at you as what our first subject should be?
I like the unicorn. Mutants, drunken unicorn, or getting drunk. So I guess it's in the process of. So I don't know how. I guess that's up to you in terms of how drunk the unicorn is.
All right, we'll do it.
So I don't know, like, in terms of unicorns, and I guess I never really gave it much thought, but I guess would unicorns kind of be a mead drinking? Like, what would be the unicorn beverage? Like beer, shots, daiquiris, whatever. That's why I threw out mead, because I feel that's like a fantasy type beverage when you're in that milieu, right? Like that's the D&D type thing. You'd be drinking like mead or ale.
So you have no idea how little clue I have right now. Little known fact about me: I don't actually drink anything. So, well, I mean,
Okay.
I drink water, but
Well, I mean, it's like definitely like in the fantasy milieu or genre, like ale and stuff like that. And I believe it's fermented. It's from honey. It's and it's also like an old timey type drink. So I feel that's what the unicorns would be getting down on.
honey,
Or,
bees. What is with this theme today? Should I have just made today bees?
Well, spring is coming.
That is very true, and I'm very excited about that. It finally feels nice outside. I don't know about you.
Actually, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I'm really not a huge spring fan. As someone who grew up playing lacrosse, been outside a lot in the spring, spring is actually awful weather. It can
What?
snow in the spring.
All right, this stream's over. You're gone. Bye.
Think about it. You're probably confusing like spring with like maybe late spring, early summer. Early spring is like the worst. It rains. It could be cold. It could be sunny and snow and rain all in the same day.
Hey, we get tornadoes, actually.
And you get tornadoes.
Yeah.
I would say early fall, late summer, best season of the year.
All right, well, fair enough. We'll have to agree to disagree.
Well, I think also, in terms of being a writer, I have opinions about these things. Whether these are correct opinions or not, I make no promises. But I have a point of view.
He's not afraid to share it. And I realized too late that I've been tricked once again into drawing a horse. A unicorn's just a horse, dang it. Oh, man. And EJ has given us permission to share. So one very exciting thing we did for this campaign, and I don't know if everyone saw this or not, we had a huge reward tier at the very end. And we didn't think anyone was going to take this, but it was Be Our Stan Lee. And the reward is... Well, do you want to explain it?
Oh, sure. Coming up with different rewards that we thought it'd be nice to have kind of our own mascot in the way that Stan Lee cameos, or till his unfortunate passing, cameoed in every MCU film. So we thought of offering that as the same thing, to Be Our Stan Lee, that you will have a cameo in every issue that this collaborative team puts out. So every comic that Ray and I put out, that individual would have a cameo, and so they are our Stan Lee.
Yes, and EJ is a great guy. He's actually a good buddy of mine. He does a lot of.
Well, I should hope he should be your best friend now. Like,
yeah, believe me.
If he ever needs to move or anything, you should be the guy.
Oh, believe me. I'm gonna be helping him. He used to do shows with me, and hopefully will do shows with me again in the future, and I'm going to be setting up their booth from now till forever. But
Unicorn's a party dude, by the way.
Yeah, well, that's kind of where I wanted to go with it. Like smashing the can on the head, but it's with the horn. Does that make sense?
I'm feeling like the unicorn, like that unicorn may belong to a fraternity. Like I feel like the unicorn's part of Greek life, in terms of sororities and fraternities. Not the nationality.
Right. I was gonna say, what's the acronym on this house? I was never part of the Greek life myself. Like, what's the U?
Alpha, Beta, Gamma, or what's the Trilambs from Revenge of the Nerds? Lambda, Lambda, Lambda.
There you go. Perfect. And I apologize, I haven't really been saying much to the chat here, but it looks like we've got Mr. Hinkle Draws in as well now. Very excited to have you here. And then...
and he agrees. Oh,
yes.
He said no one except Jake. I thought he was, but he doesn't agree.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, I don't think you're going to have a lot of converts to your spring sucks theory. I think they're not looking
at the calendar right, though. I'm talking like March, like end of March, early April. Like, I think people are, when they're thinking spring, they're starting to get into the summer. When you're getting May, June, that's not spring anymore. That's summery weather. Spring is like that late March, early April snowstorm. That's spring.
I think you're gonna die on this hill, aren't you?
I think people are very subjective how they're looking at the calendar. I think they're conflating early summer with spring.
Oh no, what is this? Juan has changed their suggestion. Oh, it was originally a gun sword dragon, which it was one thing I was very excited about. I knew we were going to do something with gun swords for Juan. I just didn't know what. And I really like the suggestion of a gun sword dragon. I haven't decided whether it means a dragon that looks like a gun sword or a gun sword that looks like a dragon, but I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that one.
Well, I don't know if you guys have seen any of the promotional materials or the film itself. The kids movie from Disney, Raya, The Last Dragon. So my friend that Disney don't come get me, but my friend that uses my password purchased the film for her child. Because I'll be frank, I'm plunking down the $30 for Raya. But anyway, so my friend
Poor Raya
plunked it down for her, paid her hard-earned cash for to see the film, and I checked it out, and it was all right. It wasn't bad, but what really captured my imagination, I loved about it, is and I don't know if this is maybe indicative of Chinese culture, and I'm just ignorant to this, is that they really did not like a Western dragon out of like King Arthur. It was more like a dragon like you would see out of like the what's the movie from the 80s with the Empress, the child Empress, brain fart.
Are you talking about Neverending Story?
Yes, the Luck Dragon from Neverending Story. That's what those dragons in Raya look like.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we could do a gun dragon, like Luck Dragon type style, like Falcor.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I do want to point out, I think I'm going to call this one done, is drinking Unicorns. Anyway. Moving on. So it sounds like we're in agreement. We should tackle a dragon gun sword. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that really fast.
Don't forget.
And I apologize. I don't know if my suggestion, like, I realized that a Luck Dragon has fur. Like, did I just like make that drawing more annoying? Like, I never think of these kind of things, unfortunately. Or
no, I like the fur. It's fine.
Okay.
And you might have heard a little voice there. A little ghost just spoke up.
Whatever we do, we have to put it in a French maid outfit.
All right. I feel like I have a little insight into your guys' relationship now. I don't know.
Well, listen, that we're not going to talk about our private life here, but I look good in the French maid outfit. That's all I'm going to say. But no, and that is indeed the return, the fabled return of Kelsey, who has been absent from the streams for quite a while now.
He stopped inviting me.
It's true. She was like, "Oh, I get to be on this week." I was like, "Oh, no." But we made room. I scooched the chair over a little bit, so we've got a third partner here.
Aw, you guys, that's sweet. You're sharing a chair. One milkshake, 2 straws.
She would just take the milkshake from me. So I've got the dragon, I've got the sword, now I gotta figure out where the gun fits in. Maybe through the nose? I've never quite figured out how a gun sword actually works. Like, are you supposed to stab and shoot at the same time? Do you use them separately? Or, is it like a bayonet that's just there in case you need it? What?
Well, see, I think if the gun sword, if the pointy part is pointing the same direction of the muzzle, you correctly noted that, you're getting into like a bayonet type situation. And I could be way off base because I'm not much of a firearms person, if at all. But when I picture a gun sword or imagine a gun sword in my mind's eye, like, those knives that have like the weird, like, knuckle parts that have like the spikes on the knuckles or whatever that you feel. That's where I picture the gun part coming out, is like kind of how similar you would point a gun normally, and then I guess the business end of the sword is going vertical.
The business end, I love that. Yeah, no, that makes sense, and I think we were pretty much on the same page there. Let me see what I can get going. This probably won't be as long as I originally envisioned. Stories that are as old as time, but. What happened? Oh, gotta change the pop-up. Whoops, sorry about that.
The only job I was given.
Yeah, that's her entire job over here.
Job, though. It's a very important job.
Yeah, you'd think someone would do it.
I'm already failing.
Jesus. Let's see. And then
it's Sunday, we're all trying our best. It's Sunday afternoon.
Do you have big plans after this?
Wow, I wish I should have thought of making something up so I don't sound so sad. No.
You gotta watch some Netflix. There's a new Nailed It season, guys.
Is there any good Sunday shows right now? I think I'm missing a good Sunday show.
Do shows come out on days anymore? I thought everyone just streamed everything.
Like HBO, like all those channels usually, like there's a Game of Thrones. There's usually some big Sunday show that's like an HBO show. You know what I mean? I don't think they got one right now.
Yeah, nothing really
but
pops to mind.
Sopranos, Game of Thrones, like usually there's something on a Sunday, like a Sunday night.
The only shows I'm aware of that like have a schedule that I care about are the Marvel shows right now. So other than that, I couldn't tell you.
Which I don't know if other people have a similar problem, but like so Thursday night, I would say maybe around midnight. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so they drop at 3 a.m. So around midnight, I would normally be in bed and probably if not asleep already, going to sleep.
Like
But
a
on that
normal
Thursday,
person.
I got 3 hours to go. Like that's not that long. Like it's only that's like a movie and a half. I could like read a book or like that time flies by. So that is definitely a dilemma I often have on Thursday, whether it's The Mandalorian, WandaVision,
That's not healthy,
Falcon and
by the
Winter
way.
Soldier.
This didn't end up being as fuzzy as I originally intended either.
Oh, hey, don't
But I am
beat
really
yourself
happy
up
with
about
it.
buddy.
This is sort of that happy little accidents kind of thing. We're gonna discover our way through it. We're gonna find out what it looks like together. What?
Oh, it's a happy little treat. You got kind of what's the dude, the Bob Ross vibe going there. It's just a happy little accident. We're gonna see where it goes.
Yeah. And we want to say hello to Ta-da-da Scientific Lab. That's a great name.
That's my nephew and my sister and my brother-in-law. I think he's trying to get down on this these free comics. I told him you got to sign in. I can't, no rule breaking. I'm not skirting the line here. If you want to get down on the free comics, you got to sign in.
I think technically there may be a no friends and family clause in there, but you know what? It's okay. I'm gonna overlook it. It'll be all right this time. Y'all didn't read the rules. See how it is? No, I'm just kidding. We actually have a pretty decent number of entries, so I wish them luck. But we'll see. We're gonna be drawing that at the end of the stream, by the way. If anyone's just joining us, we've got a little giveaway going. So get some graphic novels. They look pretty cool. I thumbed through them earlier, and I almost didn't do the competition because I wanted to read them. But I decided it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, you gotta keep the spine fresh. No creases in there.
Yeah, I was like, they'll never know if I just read one. No, I can't do it.
You're an honorable man. You're an honorable man.
What's that?
Everyone's still waiting on you to reveal your anime crush.
My anime crush? How is that back? I thought we talked about that. Didn't we reveal that already?
What about Jake? Do you have an anime crush?
Do I have an anime crush?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really given up much thought. I mean, it's kind of difficult, like that. I guess the aesthetics of the genre that they're all kind of pretty. They kind of drew them in that way.
Well, we should clarify this comes from our anime stream, and we had a what was your first awakening caused by a cartoon? Does that make sense?
Yes. Well, I mean, for me, I wouldn't say it was an anime cartoon. It was the episodes of the 66 Batman, like the Adam West Batman, the episodes with Batgirl.
All right.
That was definitely, if you're talking about awakenings, I was like, what's going on here? Like at 5-6 years old, I never felt this way before.
You just have such a youthful appearance. I always forget you're actually an old man.
Yeah, so Batman, and then I think so in terms of those crushes, where it's kind of an awakening, quote unquote. For me, it was definitely Batgirl, and then and Princess Leia, of course.
Of course. Well, mine I haven't revealed, and I don't intend to reveal. I will drop one more clue. This is from actually a video game, so that's all I'm giving you this time.
Well, I guess I mean, the Major from Ghost in the Shell, she's pretty cool, and you could definitely beat people up if you got in a fight or something.
I need to watch that.
Okay.
You said that to me. I haven't watched it yet.
Or
And I'm gonna be scrolling through here for our next suggestion.
Or what about
by the way?
In Dragon Ball Z, the Krillin's the lady that Krillin dates?
Android 18?
Yeah, I like a strong woman.
That's fine. But she has the forehead that's like 10 stories tall. I don't know.
Or I was gonna say Bulma, but I feel like that's very cliche. That's I had to go a little deep cuts or something. I don't know.
Right. And I think we're going to go with Matt's very first suggestion here, which is, it's already gone off the screen.
No, it's not.
Drop Bear, what was it, Hunter?
Australian Drop Bear Hunter.
Yes, I really like that. I'm going to
try
to do something
I thought we were
with
only
that.
doing imaginary things, not real things.
Is that a real
It's
thing?
an original idea.
Yeah.
He can be hunting with large fuzzy sweaters.
So I mean, I love the idea of the drop bear. Like I like the idea that a whole country has like an inside joke they like to play on foreigners. Like, 'cause I haven't met like a huge number of Australian people, but I'd probably say close to like maybe a dozen, and they all do the drop bear joke. And I'm always surprised, and I guess I never heard the joke till an Australian person told me it, that like how often it works when they tell like random like Americans about the drop bears. So I definitely I don't know. Do we? I don't think we have that version of that in America, like a communal prank we like to play on visitors.
Yeah, I'm struggling to think of something.
Yeah.
I'm getting called out by Anna Elena here. Here's an original idea. Why don't you draw you and Cortana on a nice milkshake date?
Ah.
So that's another friend of mine, and she's specifically calling out the fact that I am a very big Halo fan. I'm not saying I'm in love with Cortana or anything, but I mean, that isn't the answer though. Not the first one.
Is it weird though that like they named? Well, I guess it kind of doesn't matter because no one uses the Microsoft Virtual Assistant anyway. But isn't it kind of weird that they put it into their game, the name like of their own, like their proprietary, their Siri or whatever, Cortana?
I really like it. I think it's cool. But
So
I'm a nerd, so
So Microsoft will definitely exist in the future of sci-fi warfare, is kind of what they're saying. Like we will be around. Like don't worry.
did you think they wouldn't?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I think that's also interesting too. When you watch like sci-fi stuff from the '80s, kind of positing what the future would be and what what the future, what would be the big companies, the corporate overlords.
Yeah, it was always IBM, wasn't it? It's like, well, nope, not so much. You didn't see Facebook coming. You didn't see Amazon.
Well, I get a big kick out of in Star Trek: The Next Generation that they foresaw the idea of tablets, but what they didn't foresee is that like all the information would be on one tablet. That you'll always see them on their desk with like a stack of tablets. Like each tablet has like a different piece of information or a book or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So they have like a stack of them. So it's like they almost got there, but didn't get all the way.
Still pretty good.
Yeah. Also, 2010, the sequel to 2001: A Space Odyssey.
There's a
There's
sequel?
a tablet. Yes, and Roy Scheider's in it, and there's a tablet in that. He's reading the newspaper on a tablet in the beginning of the movie. And
I
that's
can't do
like,
that. Wait, what was the astronaut's name? Oh, I've ruined the quote. Dang it.
oh,
Dave. I can't do that, Dave.
I can't do that.
I'm sorry, Dave.
2010's from 1984. I was
Okay.
1 year old when 2010 came out.
Continue
But just for
to...
that scene that they're like, oh man, that's like so cool. Like it captures my imagination that literally he's reading the newspaper on a tablet. For them to like extrapolate that in 1984 is it's cool.
Yeah. I continue to believe the conspiracy theory that you're just trying to plant as many like subtle clues about your age and everything as possible, and then like years from now you're going to reveal, oh no, it was all a hoax. I'm actually 15.
I'm doing a Jim Shooter. I'm writing Legion of Superheroes as like a 12-year-old.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
But also my references are also like a little on the older side because and I appreciate this, that my parents did not monitor any of my media consumption. So like I'd watch
That explains so much.
as like a 5-6-year-old, like I'd watch reruns of Cagney and Lacey and Moonlighting, were like big shows I really loved as like a 5-year-old.
Every
so, like,
5-year-old's favorite.
So like something like movies that I might have been super little for are still like big references for me, that are like kind of right on the cusp. Watched a lot of reruns and things in syndication in the mid 80s.
Right. The good old days.
Which, speaking of Cagney and Lacey, I don't know if anyone else finds this annoying. So I went on Amazon Prime, and they have all the Cagney and Lacey, and this is the same with the Incredible Hulk show. They have all the TV movies, but they don't actually have the show on Prime. And I find that very annoying.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'll send them a letter post haste.
But for anyone interested, they have the Incredible Hulk TV movies, which they have the one with Daredevil. Then there's another one with Thor. I forget what the third one is. But those are excellent with Lou Ferrigno painted green. That was
It's
my
the third one is for Bushman. And I don't know what's happening in the comments over here. My monitor's not doing a great job of telling me, but I saw something about Bigfoot, so we've gone off the rails somewhere.
Y'all are talking. What am I supposed to do? Interrupt?
Yeah.
Yes, please. 'Cause
Tell us
all of
what's
this
going
is
on.
Not of any significance, so please, you could interrupt my meandering about Incredible Hulk anytime.
Okay.
He'll just keep going if you don't.
Shrek came out 20 years ago next month.
Oh, God.
Oh, I have 1 foot in the grave.
Oh, man. Is that true? That can't be. It only came out 10 years. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. Anyway, I don't know if you've been looking at this drawing at all, but I'm trying to do like a Punisher, what's Craven the Hunter type character is what I'm going for here. I just need to.
Man.
Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have done a knife in his mouth. Oh, I think it's too late for that. Oh well.
I think this character needs to be in a future issue of Astounding Tales, like
The Drop Bear Hunter.
yeah, almost kind of. And this might be for some of the younger readers kind of surprising if you didn't like read the first appearance of Deadpool. That like he wasn't a jokey character, but also he was like dispensed of rather quickly. So he was meant to be like a serious assassin, but also Cable like defeated him kind of quickly, almost that he was kind of like a goof. And I believe, if I remember correctly, he was shoved in a box. He was delivered in a box to Mr. Tolliver, like in a giant crate.
Was
like
he wasn't he just a parody of Deadshot? Isn't that
Or
like
no,
the whole thing?
It's Slade Wilson is
Or Slade.
As the Titans guy is Slade, yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, that's who he's a parody of.
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke.
The Death Trio, if you will.
Yeah, he's he's 100% Deathstroke. But again, that's kind of why he wasn't jokey at first. But the idea of that, like, he's kind of to me similar to Deadpool, and the idea I could see him being like all business and getting taken out like rather quickly and like just shoved in a box and like shipped out, you know? Because I think that's what Cable did. He put him in like a large crate and like mailed him.
I don't think that's approved. I think
So,
you have
like,
to
I
declare
like
that
that
as a
idea.
hazardous material.
Of like someone who's like uber serious, like I'm here to mean business, like I kill people, I'm gritty, I'm wearing a bear's head around my neck, and that he's just like quickly like dispensed of like you're just like a clown, like get out of here.
Oh, you're picking out the next one. That's what's going on. All right, so I may throw I don't know, I may throw a little color on this, but I think we're gonna call this one finished and move on to our next suggestion here. In the meantime, I saw a few more guesses, and
Zombie pasta.
Zombie pasta.
So is that like like in Soviet Russia, you don't eat pasta, pasta eat you. Type
Yeah.
deal, you know.
Who suggested that one?
That was Tada.
Scientific
Ta-da!
Lab.
I love it. Oh, cool. So you don't know this, but I've actually got a decent history of doing zombie food items, so that will fit in nicely. I've got a really good zombie banana that's going to be a sticker someday. Spoilers.
And this just might be me kind of overthinking things and like backstories, but like in your lore of your zombie creations, what is reanimating the food? Is it like kind of like a voodoo type thing? Science gone awry?
Yeah, I'm more of a hard science kind of guy. The virus goes crazy or something like that.
Okay. Or like so like you're not like a meteor just like shot by the earth and somehow that awakens the dead like that.
No meteors. I'm sure Kelsey would be more into the voodoo thing. What do you
go
think?
classic, just straight up like.
I have no opinion.
You're agnostic on what, which I mean, kind of that's legitimate literary in terms of like a narrative too. That like, hey, we're here for food, eating humans. Like really, all the answers are just like nonsensical. Rationale to get us to the zombified food.
What are you trying to say? That comics should be fun or something? It doesn't make any sense. That's not what Alan Moore taught me.
Well, that's kind of I love with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is that to me it's very classic Marvel Comics. Is that it's melodrama, it's action, but because it takes place in the real world, there is politics kind of not heavy-handed but just kind of sprinkled in there because it is like a real place, so like it's just naturally organic that it's the real world, so these
Yeah.
things are going to pop up.
They make
in the middle of-
consequences.
Exactly. So
People
really-
have bills. I love that. I love that Falcon has bills, man. No spoilers for the first episode, but that was great.
And also the idea that the banker is so stoked to see him, like, hey, can I get a selfie? But then he's just like, in the end, just like a bureaucrat, like paper pusher, and like can't help him. Like,
Yeah.
that just struck so real to me of like how much we like, people have been in that situation where it's like, hey, I wish I could help you, but like I just work here, like, I'm sorry.
I don't know what's happening, but my wife just typed Wario on a bicycle, and that is a copywritten character that does not follow our description. Where did that come from?
That's Mr. Hinkle.
Oh.
And since I'm in charge, I'm going to pick it.
What? You can't do that.
I just did.
Okay, fine. I will let it pass this time, but never again.
Well, and we did mention my advanced age, that I remember when Wario came out. So there was Mario Brothers for Game Boy, and then it was either the second or third sequel, that Wario, Mario's evil brother. So
is he his brother?
Or not his evil brother, Luigi's his brother, but his evil doppelganger.
Okay.
Wario. So that's how old I am. I remember when Wario was introduced as a character.
I don't know enough about Wario, I guess. I know
think
about...
it's just his doppelganger, I think. I think it's, yeah. I don't know in that... So maybe since then, there has been more lore added, but I believe it was just simply advertised that it's, go through Wario's castle and whatnot.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I just know Waluigi is the internet's baby. Everyone likes him, so... I need eyes. That's what it is. That's what's missing here. Let's see. I'm gonna turn the meatballs into eyes somehow. I don't know if this is gonna make sense or not. Let's see. And then we're gonna use the sauce for blood. Theme. Psh. All right. Did we lose Jake?
Oh, it sounds like it.
Jake, are you there?
Sorry about that.
Oh, there you are, buddy. I was like, it's awful quiet all of a sudden. What happened?
Oh, I'm actually, they're dropping off the laundry at my apartment, so I had to buzz the guy in.
Didn't you do that on your interview with global? Help me.
Total global
frequency.
Thank you.
Yes.
No, that was
my bad. Sorry, guys. Really appreciate the interview.
I believe that was coffee and French toast.
Okay. Yeah, I was watching it. You're just like halfway through. Oh, I gotta get this delivery, guys. I'll be back.
Yeah, that's definitely the nature of the pandemic. A lot of deliveries.
Living that delivery life.
Yeah, I'm not. I just want to throw this out here too. I'm not a bougie type of person that has my laundry picked up and dropped off, but my laundromat, not the best at social distancing. So this is kind of my splurge during the pandemic.
Oh, I'm not judging it at all. Believe me, if we had those kind of services here, I would definitely use them. But we live in a more spread out place, so anything you want delivered is going to take you an hour and a half. It's going to cost you, $100. So it's like, well, I guess we're driving. What?
So look at. I'm digging the pasta.
Oh, thank you. It's not as zombie as I wanted. I think I need to figure out a way to... I guess I should have some of the noodles bitten. That's probably what's missing. Because, it's got to be deteriorated. Are we going to do zombies at some point? We're probably going to do zombies, right?
Are you asking me?
No, I'm not asking you. I'm asking him.
Oh, in the book? I thought you were talking about your stream. I'm sorry. Are we going to do zombies? Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, I think that's also... Where did I put the...
Halloween issue?
I dropped it somewhere. Because, and I've talked to you about this before with, what is it? It's X-Men 2... It's Jim Lee's first issue as the full-time writer. Mm-hmm. And the story goes that Chris Claremont asked him, who are your favorite characters? And he said, Black Widow, Captain America, and Wolverine. And that's that issue with the flashback issue of Captain America, Wolverine, and Black Widow and Madripoor during World War II. So, as someone who fancies themselves or likes to think of themselves as a writer, and
likes to think of themselves as a writer,
in terms of
not actually one, but I pretend.
I always think of that story of like Chris Claremont being like, "Yo, bro, I'm a writer. What do you want to draw? I'm gonna make this happen." So with zombies in that regard, like if you want, I'm definitely not against zombies. Like, dude, if you want some zombies, we could have some zombies.
Maybe if we did it in a new and interesting way. I'm actually kind of over zombies in a general sense, but yeah, I don't think you know this about me. I do horror haunted house makeup for Halloween every year. Oh, except this last year. So I'm kind of over zombies. I'm like, yeah, been there, done that. So maybe we'll see. Maybe robot zombies. That could be interesting.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I mean, just the idea of characters with no agency, and then also the unrelenting nature of like the zombie horde.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it lends itself to like a lot of things. So like you could do that concept if you're like, listen, I don't want to do not the show The Walking Dead, but the idea of the Walking Undead
Right.
or whatever. Yeah, you could do it, and I'm sure. Well, there is that bad '90s movie where it's like computers come to life. Like they're not computers, like machines. I think there were two of them. There was one on a ship. I feel like.
You lost me now.
It was like one of those things, like when like multiple movies come out like about the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's an asteroid movie. There was.
Is it Maximum Overdrive?
I feel like that was a little older.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, Maximum Overdrive is the bad movie with the cars. That's the.
Not a bad movie. I respect
Ooh, you just started a fight.
Well, I think I will say Maximum Overdrive may be appreciated in one of those movies that are so bad it's good type deals. No, it could be good. I don't want to anger anybody, but anyway, the reason Maximum Overdrive always sticks out in my mind is it's the movie that Stephen King directed, but he does not remember directing.
He doesn't rember a lot of stuff. He had some
so
hard times.
I know you have some younger viewers, so I'm not going to specify why he doesn't
No.
remember, but anyway, just that I think that's hysterical that he's like, legitimate, I do not remember making that movie. There's some books he doesn't rember either. He's like, I don't remember writing that.
I think Christie's like that, where he said, I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, that's just the idea of like, where'd this come from? Huh?
No, we're not going to do that one. What was the Wario thing we were doing? I thought we were doing that, or did we veto that?
He took it back.
He took it back?
Oh,
Well,
let's do it anyway.
What does he say about Billy there? Billy
as a medieval
knight. That could be fun. Let's do that. We should do at least one of Billy.
Okay, hold on.
Who, for those who don't know, and how do you not know, is our main character of the comic.
That's Billy Potts.
Yes, Billy
Which
Potts.
there is a lot of alliteration in the classic, Peter Parker, Bruce Banner, Clark Kent. She is one of the few characters that does not have the that type of alliteration.
I was thinking about that, and I was wondering, do you have a rationale for that, or is it just something you wanted to do a little differently?
Just to kind of set her apart, that her name still is like Billy Potts. It's each one is kind of, well, I guess Billy is 2 syllables, but it's not a lot of syllables. So it's still kind of like a poppy kind of name, it kind of Billy Potts. But it's because I love that convention and I'm so aware of it, that also I think in the naming conventions, just throwing the names out there, I might have named her dad first. So I might have had Professor Potts.
That would explain a lot, actually.
Yeah. But also, I have trouble with names.
Really?
Names and titles, yeah. Because, like...
Is that true, Jesse?
Like, the idea, like, the verisimilitude of it. Like,
I see what
for a name to sound real, that, like, I always feel when, like, a made-up name sounds made up. Almost like, like you're a bad secret agent trying to, like, break in somewhere. And you're like, just I'm Ronald Reagan. Like, like... So
My
for me,
secret agent name is Harsh Castle.
Stop it.
what was your secret agent name?
My secret agent name is Harsh Castle.
No, he needs to stop. He said if we ever have a child, that's what he's naming it.
Well, my friend just had a child, Max Skradovsky, but all my friends and I were pushing, and his wife didn't appreciate it and didn't go with it, obviously, was Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah,
that would have been... Come on.
That would have been a choice.
Yeah.
Matt.
Yeah. Shout out.
Should have. I think that's a strong choice, Eddie Van Halen. Also, being from New York, I always thought Patrick Ewing would be a good name for a child.
I mean, it was good at least once.
Yeah.
I don't know
Patrick Griffith. What do you think? That's a good, right?
I'll put it in the notes. We'll see what she thinks. I've completely forgotten how to draw this character, and I created this character. Well, I didn't create this character, but I created the character design.
6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Right, you knew what I meant.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
I was like, I decided what this person looks like, and I feel like I do that a lot with any character design. Like, I'll set down the rules for what they look like. I'll say, okay, this is how their eyes are, this is how they, and then I immediately forget it as soon as I start drawing them.
Well, also, I don't know. I don't want to get too much in the weeds, but like in terms of your process, like regarding that, like that you design them, you pick a representation of them, what have you, but then in the idea of like, I guess. Because you're not producing like photorealistic art. That there's a certain level of expressionism there. So
I was trying to, but geez, thanks.
But like that. So in terms of the design, changing a little bit, isn't that kind of a push pull with the expressionism that that they may look a little different in their design based upon something you're trying to communicate about the scene or the psychology or whatever.
And I actually think that is an important part of like comicking and cartooning in general. There is a group of people online who vehemently disagree with that, and they'll get very mad if you go quote unquote off model. But I don't mind it. Like I like it when they break the style. And one of my big comic influences was Jeff Smith. Who you might know as the creator of Bone.
Oh yeah,
and if you study his drawings, like he doesn't draw his people the same way almost ever. Like the main girl is drawn a different way every single time. But
there's a good crush. See, there you go. That doesn't count as anime, but you could chalk her up too as drawing crushes.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan, but the big point is that it's okay. It's okay. You can still produce something cool, even if maybe the eyes are a little bigger in this picture, or maybe this one's a little more. Her nose is a little too short in this one. I'm pretty sure.
I guess take this with a grain of salt as someone who's not an artist, but like I heard Neil Adams a few times describe that there's two styles in which way he can draw. Like, and he describes as Bigfoot versus Littlefoot cartooning.
Okay.
That like Bigfoot is like like a cartoon, like Saturday morning cartoons, like very cartoonish. Versus Littlefoot is how he draws like superheroes.
Okay.
And that to me, in terms of like the style you're going for, that like if Alex Ross suddenly drew something that looked like a Hanna-Barbera or like a Looney Tunes cartoon, it would like it's too stylistically different. But if someone like, let's say Bill Sienkiewicz his work is naturally like very impressionistic. That like it just matters kind of what it's the tone you're going for. I guess being tonally and stylistically consistent.
Now I really want to know if Alex Ross has done any cartoons.
Well,
I mean, surely.
Well, he definitely does like Hanna-Barbera. He does it in his style though. Like he does
really.
All that. Yeah, like there's also he published or did publish. Well, I don't know if it might be published, but he posts that there was some projects that never got like he started doing it before like it got the full green light. And it got canceled. So there's like, it's what is it? It's Star Wars mashed up with it's like Marvel Comics or something like that. Have you seen that online?
No, I have no idea. News to me.
My brain's fried.
Sorry, it's been a long day.
Oh yeah, there's Star Wars, Star Trek. There's like all these weird. What's the one? Oh yeah, it's the Superman fighting Darth Vader. And like Superman's like grabbing his lightsaber.
I feel like Superman would win, but that's just me. Could be wrong.
But yeah, he's got like all these like mashups, but he's done like a bunch of Hanna-Barbera stuff, but it's all in that like photorealistic like Alex Ross style.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's what I was saying. Like, has he ever done any like traditional cartooning? Like, I know he can paint. I know he can paint like a son of a gun. But does he do anything stylized? I would like to know. I
wonder in terms of like someone like him that like, so he has like a style that like you expect like what, if you could get him alone and be like, listen, this isn't for like commercial purposes and like what he would produce versus like, like the pressures of, that people know him and like, I think like chefs have a similar pressure. Like if you own a restaurant,
can you just make me some mac and cheese? I don't need snails.
Like though, just the pressure that certain things are on the menu or that you're known for certain things that it prevents you from exploring your craft, because people, and I'm sure, I guess any type of commercial art, if you're a musician that sells a lot of records, that they expect a certain sound.
Mm-hmm.
That if Alex Ross suddenly wanted to do something that was like straight up Looney Tunes, like, would he feel pressure not to do that? Like, how does that,
I think Alex Ross can do whatever the heck he wants, just personally.
Well, but I'd wonder, in terms of like not just like editorially being able to do what you want, but feeling pressure that you like of public backlash or whatever. That this is the style that people expect from me, like almost like George Lucas being like, "Listen, I'm tired of everyone being mad at me. I'm going to sell this thing to Disney." Like everyone wanted this thing for years. I gave them this thing, and now everyone's mad at me.
Poor George.
And I guess that's a great example of that it's commercial art, it's pop art, so people feel a certain ownership of it. So when he's like, oh, it's my creation, I want to do it my way, right, wrong, and different, no judgment on quality or taste, just in the objective idea of him wanting to make art his way, but it's commercial art with a certain expectation, that then people are like, boo this man!
No! We like the other thing.
Yes, I guess that I got,
we're able to pronounce. How do you say it again? Bill Sienkiewicz.
Oh, Bill Sienkiewicz. Bill Sienkiewicz.
Sienkiewicz. Thank you.
Sienkiewicz.
Matt is congratulating you on that one. I can still not say it correctly. I know we talked a little bit about it.
Oh, reading it, yeah. When I was a child, Bill Sienkiewicz, 100%.
Anyway, we're missing a little of her hair, but it works. I think I'm gonna call that one, and it's becoming increasingly apparent I don't know how to draw a knight armor, so we gotta move on. We gotta move on.
Well, my Marvel No Prize for that armor is that she is not in medieval times. Her and Jack are reproducing that for LARPing. That's why it's slightly off
cosplay.
Model.
Yeah, I like that. Astronaut sharks in space. All right, I like that one.
Oh, I guess you didn't see the Suicide Squad trailer with King Shark.
I can't say that I have yet. I do intend to.
God.
Does it look good?
So first of all, he looks fantastic. It's not comics accurate, but looks really cool, the design, and it's voiced by Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, cool.
And there's only like a few seconds of like King Shark footage, but it steals the show.
I really like the character, like the concept of the character. I haven't seen like any media that I really enjoy yet, but I think it'll be cool.
I like King Shark in the what's the cartoon with the Harley Quinn cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that do King Shark in that?
Oh,
and
really?
That's really fun. It's very irreverent. It's kind of it's adult-ish humor.
Yeah.
Maybe kids want to watch with their parents. It's very irreverent. And yeah, I think it's fantastic.
I've only seen the comic where he's hanging out with his dad, and like his dad's disappointed in him. Like,
yeah, they definitely do that in the cartoon.
Okay,
that's funny. Yeah.
But that's the thing. We need new Batman villains. I mean, the classics are great, but we need new ones. So I'm glad some of them are coming to the front, coming to the fore.
Well, it seems also that James Gunn, like tonally, like it's weird. It's like irreverent and earnest at the same time. And I know that sounds like a crazy comment, but what I mean by that is that like he's not like making fun of it. He's not like, oh, like isn't this stupid? So it's not like a parody in that way, but at the same time, it's very irreverent in terms of like there is like there's a sense of humor to it that like these characters, like it's Polka Dot Man, like it's awesome, but at the same time, there's a giggle there. Right. It's almost like an honesty about it that like yes, like we're going for it, but like yeah, man, it's Polka Dot Man. Like it's like have a sense of humor about it. It's almost that and I was
like
thinking
you've seen the Lego Batman movie, right?
Yes. We're kind of similar to that in that vein. And then I was almost thinking that, and this may sound also kind of weird, but if you think about it, I think it's pretty accurate, that the Snyder movies, they're actually very campy. And, what I mean by that is so like camp is one of those words that are like often misdefined, like irony, that like everyone.
Isn't that where you go every summer?
Concept of it, but like they can't like define it for you if you ask them. That the definition of camp that I like, and I'm borrowing this from a professor of mine, is a failed seriousness. Because most of the time when people say camp, they are thinking of something that's like like obviously the Adam West Batman show, or like RuPaul Drag Race, or something very flamboyant, is when they're thinking camp. The movie The Birdcage. That's what people associate with camp. But really, like I said, camp is more a failed seriousness. And that
I like that definition.
So that when you start looking at the Snyder movies, there is a little bit of failed seriousness that like he's just taking this stuff a little too like, hey man, like I said in a previous stream that I used to yell at the Adam West Batman show when I was 6. Like, Batman is serious. Don't joke about Batman. He's like, I think he kind of takes that to the nth degree and causes it to be slightly campy because he's so serious about it that it kind of pushes it over the edge to a failed seriousness and thus campy, where James Gunn it's not camp because he recognizes the inherent of like this is kind of goofy a little bit, right? Like, I don't know if that made sense, but like I said,
you've lost me completely.
All the people that like the grittiness, the seriousness of the Snyderverse, I'm sorry, it's a little campy. You actually like something that's kind of camp.
As someone who hasn't seen any of the Snyderverse or the DC movies, I can't really speak to it. I'll be honest, I wasn't really interested. That's all I can really say. Like, my Batman's Christian Bale. That's we talked a little bit about your superhero. Mine's Christian Bale. Sorry.
Quick interruption.
Yeah.
We need to do a flamingo, so can you guys start throwing some flamingo ideas at us?
Oh,
yes, we do have a tradition of doing a flamingo every...
Oh my gosh, your mom is here.
My mom?
Hi!
Hey.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Griffith. Is that the correct...
Yeah.
Honor? Hello, Mrs. Griffith. Thank you for birthing your son so he could draw this comic book.
Never mind the flamingo. We've got to do her suggestion.
Oh, Lord. What did she suggest?
Flamingo on a bicycle.
What is with the bikes today?
You know what? We're doing one.
All right, we'll do the flamingo on the bike. What did my mom request?
Alien with a baby.
Alien with a baby. Okay.
Well, I know. Oh, I guess. Are you already drawing the bike, or?
We'll do the flamingo next. Unless you have...
I have a suggestion about the bicycle. Again, just grain of salt, throwing this out there. Instead of bicycle, can we go like sci-fi monocycle?
Isn't that just a unicycle?
Well, unicycles are better. I'm talking about like a overly scientific kind of... So a unicycle, but a self-propelled one.
A unicycle, but cool? Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly, yes.
Okay, I'll see what I can do on that.
I feel like with it, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's kind of would be a little easier because you don't have to do like the chain and the 2 wheels. It's just the 1 wheel and a base.
That would make it a lot easier. And yes, this spaceship is drawn very badly and out of perspective. I don't care. Don't talk to me about it. Don't talk to me ever again. Okay.
Wait. Alien with a flamingo baby.
Alien with a flamingo baby. We could do that.
So that sounds tough because how do you? Because like
put it on a bicycle.
It's like flamingo
baby on a bicycle with an alien.
Like,
this is too much. You're putting a cake on a cake, guys.
Just make it like one of those 2-seater bikes.
Okay, hold on. Let's start from the beginning. Who's on the bike?
So, the alien.
Alien's on a bike.
The flamingo
has a flamingo baby. And we're doing like a monocycle, cool.
Oh no, and Juan says with a gun sword.
No! We're done the gun sword.
Well, speaking of the flamingo baby, I don't think I apologize. I don't think I give you enough credit, or I haven't told you enough that you do an amazing job of depicting like the different ages of characters. Like so often in comic books, when someone's like a teenager or a youngster, or in Billy's case, a middle schooler, they just look like a tiny adult.
Yes.
Like you see that a lot in New Mutants, that like those kids are supposed to be teenagers. There's a few issues of a Lonnie Rasputin in a bikini that don't look like no teenager to me. Yeah,
and that's something I very, very deliberately did, because that also annoys me when they draw an adult person, especially adult women, like for a child character. And it's like, no, listen, these are children. You have to draw them like, and especially since I have a child, it's kind of easy to find references. She's a little young, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I see what's going on here.
But also with the face as well, that there's issues of power pack where you could tell that the artist isn't used to drawing children, so their bodies do look like children, but then it's like an adult face.
And you know what? A lot of that probably comes from the caricatures I did, because a lot of my customers would be the children of people who, people don't really get pictures of themselves. they get pictures of their kids. That's my market. So I get pretty good at drawing, like, you know, it's got to look like a kid. It can't look like a grown-up, or the actual grown-up's going to get mad. Oh, man. But thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, no problem. That's definitely a comic book nerd, like, detail.
Yeah.
Like, yes, the children look like children.
Yes. And, like, I'm sure you've noticed that, like, Jack's a little portly, and, you know, and that's another thing. I was like, listen, he's a 12-year-old boy who plays video games and watches, you know, movies all day. He's not going to be jacked up to the max here.
Well, and also, like, the idea of him being a little stocky because he is an homage to Jack Kirby.
Yeah, and I think you did. I think you did mention that in the notes too. So I'll give you some credit there. So that wasn't just me, but it was like, we need to make a point to, you know, this is going to have all kinds of people in it. It's not going to be just supermodels in the comic. Now there is one supermodel character, but that's kind of a spoiler.
Yeah. And also there's narrative. There's some. There's character dynamics. We do things with it. It's not just like a Gen 13 type deal. Like, you know,
right?
There's story purposes that we use it for, and it plays off like the different themes we're working with.
Oh man, so many things we can't say.
Yeah. That was actually in with the total frequency guys. I was like, there was a few questions where, like, I have an answer, but
right,
you just got to read it.
Yeah, like, I can't tell you. I can't tell you why I can't tell you, but I promise it's going to be cool.
Or, you know, like, when we were talking off air, I'm not going to give anything away, but off air we were talking about issue 2. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll talk story all day. So it's like, I just go with the, you know.
And that's true. We were like a minute late starting because I was like, Jake, we got to go. We're doing this thing. It's live.
Yeah, so I don't want to be like the Tom Holland of this and, like, giving things away. So I don't say nothing, you know.
Wait, they all die in issue 2? What are you trying to say? Anyway.
Well, we could do like a Fall of the Mutants type thing where, like, Merlin can bring them all back, you know, but before the last panel. I don't know, did I spoil a 30-year-old comic book? Is someone going to read Fall of the Mutants?
Yeah, man, I was just on that issue too. I actually am catching up on some of my classics. Not that one though, but I did get my Marvel Unlimited subscription, so I've been doing a little reading. Mostly Scarlet Witch stuff right now. Reading the Vision.
Mostly he's yelling at me for not reading.
Yes. I was like, I got this for you so you can read your Punisher comics. Now read your Punisher comics, dang it. She's like, no, I've got a real job. Like, that doesn't matter.
Well, have you guys, with your Punisher enthusiasm, watched the 80s Dolph Lundgren Punisher?
I'll let you take that one.
Oh, actually, someone's asked me that. I haven't watched all of it. I got to the point where he was, like, kneeling naked in front of something.
Yes.
I was like, I'm going to have to sandwich this for later. Or wait, not sandwich this. Put this somewhere else for later.
But, like, in context, you know, that was all we had. Like, I was happy with that movie. I rented that movie repeatedly. You know, you had, in proper context, you know, this is in the era of where, like, Lou Ferrigno's The Incredible Hulk. The really bad, like, Captain America movie, the Fantastic Four movie that never got released. Like, this is what we had.
It was good for the time. It was good, dang it.
But it was, the part of him in the sewers.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
How do you feel about Ghost Rider?
No, why would you do this to me?
So my Ghost Rider is Danny Ketch.
Sure.
I was reading it when Johnny Blaze was, like, his own dude, and, like, what was it when they were with Blade and Morbius, the Spirits of Vengeance.
Well, the reason I ask is because my argument has always been that Ghost Rider is kind of the same character as Punisher.
Could you please stop?
And this makes her so angry.
That's an interesting idea that they're both, quote unquote, like, a Spirits of Vengeance, right?
Yeah, I mean, one has the design is different. I'm not saying that, but the concept of the story, how is that different? Tell me.
I'm going to say their motivation is different because Ghost Rider's motivation is his soul.
Sure.
And the Punisher's motivation is he's given up on his soul. His soul, it's to punish or to take vengeance.
So you're on her side, is what you're trying to say.
I think on one level they're both the same because they are extracting vengeance. The difference is their motivations to extract said vengeance. Like, the Ghost Rider is extracting vengeance because he's like, trying to get out of a deal gone wrong. The Punisher,
Is that what it is? I thought he just was like killing bad guys because he, that's his deal.
So Johnny Blaze made a deal with the devil to, I think, was it to save his dad from cancer? Some kind. He made a deal. He was he made a deal with the devil and sold his soul, and that's how he became the Spirit of Vengeance. Then I believe Danny Ketch was going through. It's not Forest Hills. What's the famous Cypress Hill in Queens? He's going through the cemetery, and he comes across a motorcycle. And he touches the motorcycle, and he becomes Ghost Rider. And
that was just accidental, huh?
I think issues later they reveal that somehow he's related, or somehow he's connected to Johnny Blaze, so he has a connection to the Spirit of Vengeance.
Is he the one with the cool car?
No, that's the new one. I have no idea about the new one yet.
Okay.
Danny Ketch had a motorcycle. He was like the early 90s, like I said, Ghost Rider. And I think later they reveal that he's somehow tied into Johnny Blaze, just kind of how like Rachel Summers, because she's related to Jean Grey, she's got kind of a connection to the Phoenix Force.
Right.
I think it's that same kind of deal.
And then you continue to impress / embarrass me. Every time I think I'm a nerd, I'm just like, well.
Well, the cool thing was they gave Johnny Blaze a gun that shot a double-barrel shotgun that shot like hellfire out.
Right.
So that was kind of the cool.
What about the time they made Punisher the Ghost Rider? You know about that one?
Is that when they made him Frankencastle, or is that different?
No, it's the new one. He's the Cosmic Ghost Rider now.
Oh.
So he rides a space bike.
And he's written by that comedian writes him, right? The bald gentleman, the guy from the League.
I believe you, but I don't know the name.
Paul Scheer.
Okay. I know it involves baby Thanos at some point. That's all I know about the storyline. I that's one of the ones I want to read. But when we found out about that, if you haven't figured out, my wife hates Ghost Rider with a passion, and she hates every time I make this argument.
Is it supernatural characters in general?
No, it's just Ghost Rider.
And all iterations of the Ghost Rider.
Yeah, and so when her favorite character became her least favorite character, it was like her head exploded. So I'm going to torture her with that at some point. I have to read it, though.
So with Frank Castle, like, do you enjoy like the characters that like they're getting down to business, like a Venom type deal, like all those early '90s like anti-heroes, like a Wolverine, Azrael? Like, do you like it's kind of like murdering?
What's the draw here?
Honestly,
is it the murder?
I have uncles, and growing up, that was their favorite, and so it kind of
genetic.
It kind of comes from that, like
indoctrination.
Yes,
a little bit.
Times like, oh wow, it's already 1:30. Holy cow!
She does not like Nicolas Cage at all.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's one of her least favorite actors ever. Don't even
you
start. Hey, Josh is here, by the way. Josh was Steen. Welcome.
The Death of Superman Lives, is that what it's called? The documentary about the Nicolas Cage Superman that never got made?
No, but I need to watch that. I love it.
It's really great. The Kevin Smith doing his stories about the writing of it are all in there, and it's fantastic.
I need to watch that for sure.
It's really, really great.
So I was thinking, since this is kind of a special stream, we might go a little long if anyone's got more suggestions, or if you guys would rather not see me draw any more ridiculous stuff, that's fine too. Just let me know. I don't know if you have anywhere to be or anything like that. Any more deliveries to get?
Oh, me? I'm sorry. I got caught up reading in the chats. I was reading Family Bricks' analysis of the Punisher.
Uh-huh.
No, unfortunately, I don't. I wish I had. My to-do list is the working on the script for issue 2, because that just assuages my guilt when you're like locked in a basement, like drawing issue 1 for like the next month. I'm like,
yeah,
I'll type for a few hours. Just make it fair.
That's gonna be fun, because as soon as this campaign's over, like, I'm gonna do nothing else. All my other projects take a back seat. I'll post every now and again, but like, I'm gonna be like a ghost for a while, guys. I'm just gonna disappear.
So that helps with my guilty conscience. Be like, I'll type a little bit about issue 2, and then I'm working on completing my hopefully, knock on wood, my MA in film theory this spring.
Yeah, you can do it. I believe in you.
I'm doing my thesis is on John Hughes and his depiction of the suburbs. So
what does that say? A male cyborg with sunglasses
and 2 gun swords as hands.
Okay.
We're gonna do some more gun swords.
More gun swords, huh?
Never
Is that show Trigun? Is that associated with gun swords, or is that something else? I feel like there's a gun
No,
sword
that's
in
just
it.
guns in general. This show is Assault Lily Bouquet, which I've never watched, but I am very familiar with now because I've drawn hundreds, it feels
Huh,
like,
came up right
characters
away.
from it. Yeah. I haven't watched it, don't know anything about it. I'm sure it's a fine show. And actually, you know what? Before I do this, should we do the giveaway? Because it's over now.
Okay.
Like, you can't enter anymore. Should we draw that real fast and then move on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would that be good? And the baby I am the alien, and the baby flamingo is Dylan. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, my mom kind of grew up in that area, so she's big into aliens and Roswell and all that sort of stuff. We went to a Roswell museum when I was a kid. I think that's.
So her iteration or her version of the alien, she goes with the grays, like the gray guy, big eyes, like that.
Yeah, definitely classic version.
Alien
All right.
classic.
So I'm pulling up the King Sumo. We officially have 158 entrants and 3,394 entries to this giveaway. So it's pretty unlikely that it'll be anyone here, but if it is, that'll be awesome. But I'm gonna press the draw button. If anyone wants to do a drum roll,
Should I run the side of my computer?
Yeah, go ahead. All right. So it appears our winner, as of this moment, is someone named Baking Mom.
Baking Mom.
Yeah, I don't want to give their full email address, but Baking Mom. So I don't know if that's anyone here. I'm guessing probably not. They entered on the 19th. But I'm going to get with them, send them a message, congratulate them. If they don't get back to me, I will draw another name, and you guys can watch on social media, Twitter, Instagram. I will post whatever the development is there. But congrats to Baking Mom, and if Baking Mom doesn't end up answering, congrats to whoever gets drawn next.
I feel like that email puts a lot of pressure on you.
What's
Baking
that?
Mom. Being Baking Mom. Like, I feel maybe she truly is. She's always baking. She loves baking, but I feel like that puts a lot of pressure on you. Like, if I was receiving emails from Baking Mom, and like I stopped by, like, and there were no baked goods, I'd be like, "What's going on here, Baking Mom?" Like, I don't know. I feel like you're setting stuff up there for like very high expectations. I don't know.
I heard you say Bacon Mom, and I'm very interested in that. Please tell me more.
Are you drawing Johnny Bravo?
Johnny Bravo? I thought I was drawing a cyborg, like I was doing like a Terminator type.
Like T2?
I wasn't sure what kind of cyborg we were picturing, but I was picturing Terminator, like Schwarzenegger.
Well,
You may have heard of that movie. It's kind of obscure.
As I mentioned, my sister and my nephew are signed on right now. And when my nephew was younger, and she'd be like, "Well, is this movie like age appropriate?" I always reminded her that she took me to see Terminator 2, which is rated R. I was either 5 or 6 when I saw Terminator 2. So I'm like, whatever. She's like, "Can my 12-year-old watch the superhero movie?" I'm like, "Well, we did go see T2 when I was like 5. So
yeah, different times, right?
Yeah, it should be okay."
She's like, "Well, look what it did to you. We messed that up."
Oh man, something about that James Cameron, that art design when he does like the aliens and T2, the way he does like those futuristic soldier art design.
Yeah,
and
he's
I'm not
very
usually
good at
a
that.
beer person like that, but I love that art design that he does for that stuff.
Oh yeah. Let's see, and then what do we got here? Thick old neck, and then he's supposed to have 2 gun swords. Is that right?
Yeah, his hands.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna do like a T-1000 type looking thing there, so it's a mashup.
So is this part of Assault Lily? Does that mean that you have to put him in any type of like French made?
That would be good.
I've been suggesting that since the beginning.
French made outfit for the android.
Great minds think alike. So this. I think. Oh, okay, I remember. I think I probably described this the last stream I was on. Someone asked for something in a French made, so this looks familiar. This Salt Lily bouquet. I'm sure it's fantastic. I'm kind of loving not knowing what's it about and just looking at these images and putting together my own headcanon of this is.
I'm never gonna watch the show because I think it's too much fun to guess.
Yes, I don't think. I mean, maybe it would, but I don't know how the show would live up to kind of the headcanon that I have established for what is going on in these images.
Well, I mean, it's a school where they have to learn to gunfight or gun sword fight. I imagine all animes are schools. I've learned that.
Well, that was interesting. I read Harry Potter as an adult, but I've read all the books, and what I found it's super interesting is that was like a genre that I wasn't really super familiar with. Like when I first started reading the books, like, oh, this is fun, these are awesome. But then learning later on that that's like an established genre in England, like the boarding school genre. Something I totally was completely ignorant to.
Oh yeah, everyone's into that. That's like a My Hero Academia. That's a big one these days. God, I know there was another one. We did the Assassination Classroom. Do you remember that one? You may not have seen that one. Yeah, it cracked me up, and I actually tried to watch the show afterwards. I was like, wow, this is interesting.
Well, and it's kind of weird, that as like an X-Men fan, that like the idea of like a boarding school or something would be foreign to me. But even in X-Men, like usually Professor X had to do some kind of Machiavellian manipulation to get the kids to the school.
Oh wow! And yeah, I guess it is a school, isn't it? You don't really think about that.
But like usually he has to do something like super unethical to like mind wipe your parents, like where it's not like a Harry Potter type scene where like people are happy to like set their that's the school you happen to go to.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in that way it's kind of like different from that boarding school genre where it's like, oh, this is my school, and it happens to be a supernatural place of sword guns or wizards or whatever.
Right. I guess Umbrella Academy is kind of like that.
Oh yeah, but they have no parents to begin with.
Right. No, they have parents. They get I guess that's spoilers.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. Really enjoy that one too. Can't wait for season 3 of that. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And I think because I'm also to Gerard Way, we're kind of similar ages and have similar influence. He's definitely more of a Doom Patrol fan than I was, but you definitely see X-Men and Doom Patrol. It's like, oh, me and this guy, like we've read the same comics. Like he's definitely he's speaking my language.
Right. All right, so this is my cyborg. You can kind of see the scout uniform. I kind of went more Sailor Moon on it, but
I love the outfit for sure.
Do we have anything else fun?
Certainly
I love about the cyborg. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I love about the cyborg is like, so let's say it's like a Terminator type scenario where he's coming from the future. That like that's the best. Like his costume is going to be a little off model. They're like, I'm trying to break into this school, so I'm dressed as a little sailor girl. So it's going to be like kind of slightly off-brand because he's from 100 years in the future or whatever.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's his best approximation of the boarding school outfit or whatever.
Well, I mean, when he comes, doesn't he have to steal clothes from people? Maybe there just happened to be a schoolgirl there. He's like, well, I need your clothes.
Give me your clothes.
And we decided we're going to do Bacon Mom. Not Baking Mom, Bacon Mom. So we're gonna have a nice little mom right here made out of bacon. Let's see, what do moms wear? Aprons or something? Mom, quick, we need you. She's already gone.
I mean, I think the concept of a bacon mom is actually kind of dark because bacon doesn't start out as bacon. Like there was a process to become bacon mom.
You had to take us there. You had to get real with us.
I'm sorry. It's kind of like how raisins are depressing. Like raisins are just like a sad, dried up grape.
Raisins are depressing. Can I quote you on that?
Yeah, think about it. They're just like a sad little shriveled up grape.
That's the subtitle for this one. A sad little shriveled up grape. Just so you know. Oh man. I don't even know what to say. What are those chatters doing?
They're leaving.
They're leaving? Oh, are y'all having to hit the road? Okay.
No. We've only lost 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Well, what do I need to do to keep them going? What do you guys want to see here? What I got?
Can you juggle?
Hi, Mr. Hinkle. Thank you for remembering that I am a mother.
Yes,
forgot.
That's true. Well, I could draw what you wear, but it would all be powder blue blouses and a sun hat. And no, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Love you.
Love you. So like is like the powder blue is like a kind of like a North Carolina blue that you're going, like a baby blue?
I don't wear this thing. I don't know what he's talking about.
I'm making fun of her because
normal clothes.
She wanted to buy this blouse, and I was like, well, not right now, honey. And then so
I'll just wait until he's not looking.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see.
Deadly things.
Okay, that's an egg in the pan. Because I was gonna say
it should be a waffle, huh? Not an egg.
I was gonna say because it was super dark. If that was gonna be more bacon in that pan, that's like nightmare fuel.
It's the bacon. bacon babies.
Oh no!
But it's fun for them though. Like it's not hurting them.
Like
They're having
that
fun.
is some like surreal type like who's the guy who makes
This is
those
too
like
small. Hold on.
those weird like surreal like bug that Spanish dude what's his name?
Are you thinking of Larson, or you got to give me
No,
something?
not a comic artist, like a fine arts. The guy who's like everything's melting, like the clocks are melting and stuff.
Oh, Dolly?
Yeah,
Or Dali?
Yeah, that bacon picture is like out of like a Dolly painting, like bacon frying bacon.
Oh, yeah.
you know?
That's such. I'm so glad you said that, because that immediately made this better.
Like just some
Bacon
weird
baby.
surrealist, like the bacon's frying bacon.
Yeah, well, it's the bacon baby now. I was trying to make this look like a happy expression, but it's kind of looking like one of four. Oh no!
No, Mom, no.
No, Mama, no!
Okay, obviously we've gone too long.
This is why we don't go over an hour, guys. It's just
This is the content you get.
Well, and if you think about it, like in some way,
Her
like
apron's too
a
short.
mom in the pregnancy process, she's preparing the baby, right? Like she's preparing her
Is
child.
that how it
And,
works?
like there's a lot of levels there. Like it's bugged out.
Sorry, I'm losing it. Yeah, you're right. I gotcha.
It's okay, he's gonna pull it together, guys.
Okay, we're gonna have
I'm
to.
glad you feel inspired. I mean, I don't know if we need more. Well, anthropomorphic wouldn't be the right word, right? For food that comes to life. That's
Yeah, I
like
can.
something else.
I was
Whatever
gonna
the
give her
word.
legs, but you know what? Let's not. Let's
So-
not.
But do you, in future issues, do you want like food coming? You know, do you want is anthropomorphic? Is that just animals, or would that be for food?
No, you can
coming to life?
anthropomorphize anything. That just means
Okay.
make it a human-like.
Okay, so
so-
like, would you like anthropomorphic food in future?
Let's do like this is a cartoon she watches or something. Like don't make it like a real character. Maybe later, but
Well, that's actually an interesting idea that their cartoon is like kind of like the bacon, that it's like it looks happy, but when
Mm-hmm.
you look really close in the details of the panel, you'd be like, oh my god, that's like super disturbing.
So Matt votes we go for another 15 minutes and see where it goes.
see what happens next. Oh, it's not gonna go anywhere good, man.
Actually, we need some suggestions.
Yeah, are we out?
I
Did we
think
run out?
so. We might be out.
Let's see. This bacon is. Yeah, I'm really glad we did this because this. Hold on, I gotta fix these baby's eyes. Though they're wrong.
You know, and I had the same reaction the last time you guys had me on as a guest. Is that I really like once everything is complete, I'm really intrigued by all these characters being assembled together in a story.
A team.
That really captures my imagination.
Space
yeah.
Shark, Drop Bear Hunter, Mama Bacon, Bacon Mama, Spaghetti Zombie, Alien with the baby on a
'Cause you also-
unibike.
Yeah, because they're like fantastical characters, sci-fi characters, you could really they fit together. Like there's the intergalactic aspect, and then you have the fantastic aspect of the unicorn. That you have all these.
Yeah, we got the genres. We got everything.
Yeah, that you
And I
have all
love
these,
you scrolled past it. I love Mr. Hinkle's comment here. Issue 1, Giant Turtle. Issue 2, Humanized Bacon Mom frying her children for sport.
Well, it's like you know, I'm always inspired when you
Technically, it'd
when you
be
read,
issue
when
3.
you read the original Galactus trilogy,
Mm-hmm.
like how much in so few pages. It's like, oh my god, here's the Silver Surfer, here's Galactus, here's Utah the Watcher. You know, that it happens so breathlessly in so few pages of all these like crazy concepts. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh man.
I'm
Oh
just
hey,
gonna-
and Deadly Fangs is here. I don't think we even said hello to you.
Hi.
hi
welcome-
Deadly
welcome.
Fangs.
Yeah, great to have you here. Has anyone else showed up that I've missed? I don't know.
Probably. First and
Sorry.
foremost, I want to highlight this because I think it's funny.
What did Matt say? Oh, people love to watch a train wreck. Yeah. All right, so I think.
What about this?
What do you need? I am here.
Is
Thanks,
he
Mom.
implying that this is a train wreck? Mr. Brick?
I am.
It's
Sticker
he's
reason.
calling it like he sees it. Stick a
Wow.
raisin up your nose and it'll turn back into a grape.
Yeah, you missed some good stuff.
We have missed some good stuff. Y'all killing it in the chat here. I'm sorry we missed this one. Do we have any last? Let's do one more suggestion. Deadly Fangs. I don't think you've had one. Give me a suggestion right now.
Way to put them on the spot.
No
there.
pressure. It's got to be good. We got to finish out the whole show on
Yeah,
this
I mean, it's all about finishing
suggestion.
strong, so if this was a bad suggestion, it would totally ruin everything.
Yeah, it really would.
You guys are the worst.
It hinges on you.
Well, this is the kind of drama that storytelling hinges on.
It's very true. It's very true. No, I'm just kidding. If you don't have any ideas, it's not a big deal. We'll find something fun. I'm just teasing. Or we could just chat. What?
You want to just
not
chat?
No, I want to draw something. Go ahead, sorry.
Not Gollum, the Tolkien character, but a golem, like the creature made of clay from Jewish folklore.
Yes.
Have you done any golems?
I haven't done it. What's the golem made out of?
He's made of clay.
No, I understand that. But what's your golem made out of?
So
You gotta go a little more original, remember. That's the whole premise of this. Oh, wait, hold on. We got it.
Ooh,
Fighting pickles.
pickles.
All right, fighting
Fighting
pickles. Or,
pickles.
ooh, we could do a pickle golem. Maybe?
Sure. I
No.
mean, it is Passover.
We'll see. Let me see what I can get going with these pickles.
I picture the pickles kind of slap fighting each other. Kind of they're like little kid, like almost like in the playground. You know, when they're like, you picture they each have two outstretched arms and they're kind of like flailing at each other.
Really?
Kind of like flinching, looking away.
Well, let me show you where I was I kind of immediately thought of, and we'll see what you think about it. Maybe I'll do a couple pickle variants. We'll see how long this takes. Where's the thumb at? Where's the thumb? Oh, there it is. I forget where the thumb is so many times.
And I don't know if people have, as a pickle enthusiast myself,
Yeah?
that when people make homemade pickles, they're never pickled enough.
Can you
No matter
do
how
that?
much you leave them in the fridge.
Make homemade
They're never-
pickles. Or be a pickle enthusiast.
No, make homemade pickles. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, just Kirby and brine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But they never come out sour enough. No matter how much you leave them in the fridge.
I'm one of those people who didn't realize that a pickle isn't like something that you grow.
Well, I mean, you grow the Kirby that you then pickle.
Right, but I didn't realize it was like a separate
I
thing.
thought he just got him off a bush.
Yeah, you just get a pickle.
Well, when I was very little, I thought sausage links were cow udders.
Oh.
I love that. Like, oh, they just pull them right off.
Well, I went to there was I guess kind of like a vacation resort that was a farm when I was a child in upstate New York.
Mm-hmm.
And
Did they pull off the udders?
And well, no, you could milk the cow.
Oh,
And when I was
okay.
milking the cow, I'm like, the shape and texture feels like a Jimmy Dean sausage link. This must be where they come from.
Logically,
Of
makes
course.
sense. Does this look like a pickle chip? I don't think it does.
That does not look like a
Well, I didn't want to draw like a whole pickle. I just wanted to do like a pickle chip. But it's not reading, so I'm gonna have to do something
looks
else.
like a piece of wood, actually.
All right,
I was gonna say a ruffle.
undo. Let's see. But the problem with drawing well, never mind.
Mr. Hinkle, pizza
What?
picking season is here.
Pizza picking?
Yeah, time to tend the pepperoni field. He's making fun of you very well.
Good. Well, I deserve it. I was on his show Friday, or not this Friday, last Friday, and I gave him so much guff about every single thing he was drawing. So I've earned it.
What on the farm? What was growing there? Like, please tell me about the farm. Don't bury the lead.
Don't bury the
I'm a
lead.
city slicker here. I want to hear about the farm.
The pizza farm?
You worked on a pizza farm. Raymond, you worked on a farm for years. How do you not know we weren't growing pickles?
The farm I worked at, I did. Oh God, I don't think they. What did they grow? It was with me and my brother, and we just picked things the whole time. We didn't like do any real work. We watered stuff, and we just picked it. You know?
What did you pick?
Well, that seems to be, and
I
again,
don't remember
part of
potatoes.
my
I think.
ignorance, but that seems to be a key part of the farming process: the watering and the picking.
Yeah, that's pretty important. You got to do those two steps. You don't get much if you don't. So you never been on a farm for real?
Well, my college roommate.
I mean, other than the one cow.
well, my college roommate, he shout out to Charles Hurd and the Hurd family farm in New Paltz, New York.
Mm-hmm.
His family, they're apple farmers. So I have been on an apple orchard before.
Ooh.
An interesting fact about apples I learned from him: they're one of the few pieces of produce that are picked by hand, because if you use a machine, they'll get bruised and damaged and become cider apples.
Nice.
And cider apples are worth a fraction of the.
Oh yeah, because no one wants the bruises. I get you.
So yeah, so
You ever heard of Cosmic Crisp?
I think so.
Okay.
I have. Is that like a? I don't know if I tried one, but I feel like I saw that wackadoo name on the on
It's
the,
it's an apple they've spent like I want to say 20 years developing and growing.
should I give it a try? Should I not just?
I hear it's good.
it?
I haven't tried it
Okay.
myself, but there's this whole big story about how they've spent decades developing this thing and like millions of dollars trying to make it good. Because you can't just grow an apple. You got to grow the whole tree and then grow the apple and see if it's good, and then you crossbreed it with another tree, and then the whole process repeats. So
you're
it's a
right.
whole thing.
That you reminded me. That's the other apple fact I know. So
Which one?
apples, when you grow apples, you slice them from a tree because the seed inside the apple does not necessarily correspond with the breed of apple it is. So, like hypothetically, it's a Macintosh. The seed that you take out of that Macintosh apple might not give you more Macintoshes. You clone them off the trees.
Well, that's just annoying.
Those are my two apple. That's my big farm knowledge.
We should do something with that. It's cloning things by doing cutoffs. Maybe never mind. I can't say it. It's a spoiler. All right. So there's my pickles. They're boxing.
Oh,
Why yada.
They're feisty.
Probably call it. Yeah, it's getting a little wild. Yeah, I was gonna go to 2 or whatever time it is. End of the hour. So yeah, that's probably a good time to call it. All right, guys. Let's do a quick tour of everything we did. We started today with the scientist bee.
They're banking bees.
Sorry. Yeah, banking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're corporate banking intergalactic overlords.
It's a random surprise in every apple. Yes. Yeah, they're our corporate overlords who have decided Earth is no longer a good investment, so they're out of here.
So make sure
they're
you
divesting
recycle.
themselves.
So make sure you recycle so the bees come back.
And then we've got our drinking party unicorn drinking unicorns. And then we did a gun sword with a dragon, so it's a dragon gun sword. I went more gun sword than dragon. Next time maybe we'll go the other way. That could be fun. We did the drop bear hunter.
Means business.
Yeah, I love it. Spaghetti zombie, which I don't know that this one's super successful. I don't know that it really comes across.
I think it's pretty sinister. I think that it's playing possum. That it's waiting for you to dive in and then
That would be a really, I'm sure there's already a D horror movie that does this concept, but if not, that needs to be a thing. And then we did, was it Shark next or Billy? I can't even remember. Billy. So we had a request for Billy as a knight, the main character of our comic, Astounding Tales, funding now on Kickstarter. And for one day only until 10 p.m. tomorrow, check out the new t-shirt. Never mind. And then we did the Shark in Space. Was it Bake? No, we did Terminator gun swords. So Terminator, or a cyborg man in a.
Please, people at James Cameron Studios. This is indiscriminate cyborg man.
Who owns Terminator these days? Fox or?
Whoever. This is generic cyborg man.
Yes, generic cyborg with 2 sword guns and a scout uniform, and then we did our big winner of the giveaway, Bacon Mom. Sorry, Baking Mom. I said that wrong. With her bacon baby, frying up some fun, and then and Alien. Can't forget Alien with a baby flamingo, and that one was for my mommy. Thanks, Mom.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you for raising your child so he could draw this comic book.
Yeah, and then thanks for all that. Sending me to art class instead of teaching me to do finances or something.
Yes,
real good move.
Thank you so much for that one.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Anyway, and then we ended out with some fighting pickles. Ding ding.
I'm inspired. I think that might be a delicatessen. Might be what I'm having for dinner tonight. So
I picture like a little animated sequence, and when one of them gets hit really hard, you just switch to a shot of the audience, and pickle slices just right on his face, right in the eyes.
That's very cinematic.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so yeah, that was our stream, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much, everyone who joined us. What? What? You pointed at the screen.
Yeah, aren't you gonna do your outro?
Oh, right. I do say a big old thing, don't I?
I mean, you wrote it.
They almost got out of listening to my... Okay. Thanks so much to everyone who clicked the link to our video and thought, why not? I've been your host, Raymond Griffith, and you can find me on all the socials as Funny Figs. Go follow me. I hear that at night I visit a secret cave with wonders beyond imagining. Articulate discussion provided by the effusive Jake Cohen. Our soon-to-be veteran comic creator is on Instagram and Twitter. Go follow him on Instagram as _Jake_Cohen. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't double check it. And Twitter as... well, I knew there was underscores. I knew if I put a certain amount in there, it'll be close enough.
In New York, there's a lot of Jake Cohens, so you got to throw some underscores.
And also on Twitter as Jake Scott Cohen. What's Stripe? Occasional banter and frequent side eyes provided by my wife, Kelsey. I'll buy you all the powder blue blouses in the world if I could, my sweet.
Stop it.
Sketchy Stream, as always, is brought to you today by Jacob Griffith. Check out his game, liars.wiki, link in the doobly-doo below. It's a free-to-play detective party game to stump your friends. Hey, did Mom sell that house yet? Hi, Mom. Special thanks, as always, to the man who inspired this stream, Kevin Hinkle. He streams every Friday morning, and his sketches are actually good. Go follow him, at Mr. Hinkle Draws, on everything that matters. I want to resolve something very soon with you, sir.
Oh, wow.
Additional thanks, as always, to Matt Elder, the titan of traditional sketching, who has again returned to my good graces with his long-form Saturday sketch-offs. Follow him everywhere as at Family Bricks, no space. Or maybe a space? I don't know. I need to double-check that. Sorry you didn't like Vegas. Most of all, thank you. Thank everyone for your support. Thank you for your time. Thank you for dealing with thousands of emails as I dealt with my own bruised ego. Thank you for checking out my comic, and thank you eventually for reading it. I hope you love it. I really do. Would you like to say anything yourself? Any goodbyes?
Who, me?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, basically just piggybacking off what Ray said, like, so much, just appreciation. Thank you for supporting the book. If you haven't already supported the book on Kickstarter, I don't know what you're doing right now. You should be going via the internet to Kickstarter immediately.
Let's clarify. You don't have to support it. Things are difficult.
But if you want good things in your life, if you like happiness and sunshine and puppies and ice cream, this is the comic for you.
No, we appreciate your backing. Thank you so much. You don't have to. Even if you just check it out, it means a lot to us. Dang it.
But thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for your time and your ears. I had a blast. I always have a blast streaming with Ray, and I love working with him, so I hope you guys enjoy the comic so we could continue doing it. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Have a great Sunday. Happy Passover. Happy Easter. Happy Sunday.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys again. Next 2 weeks' stream theme has not been decided. I'll figure it out. Join us again in 2 weeks, where we'll be discussing whether print is actually dead or if we're in a renaissance period for small-time creators and writers. Till then, see ya! And...
I hope that was all right.